Hello Tamers and welcome to round 3 of the Roundtable Conference, Yggdrasil 7d6 versus Ravemon Burst Mode. Ravemon has the first move. Security setup. Digimon standby. Let's open the digital gates. Hatching Pinamon. Evolves into Gazimon. Then, for 4 cost, Keenan is played. Turn over. Hatching the host computer of the digital world himself, Yggdrasil 7d6. And in the breeding area at the start of the main phase, its third effect triggers. Reveal the top card of your Digi-Egg deck, place that card and all of your Digimon with the Royal Knight trait under this Digimon as its bottom evolution cards. Reveal the top card of your Digi-Egg deck, but of course it is just another copy of Yggdrasil subsumed under the original. Now first, Magnamon is played. With Yggdrasil's second effects in the breeding area, during your turn once per turn when you would play a Digimon card with the Royal Knight traits, you may reduce its play cost by 4. For each of this Digimon's evolution cards, reduce the play cost by an additional 1. So right now, they can do a total of 5 cost reduction, 7 minus 5 is 2. Finally, for 6 cost, they play the option card, Purge of the Royal Knights. On main, draw 1, you may place 1 Digimon from your hand under one of your Yggdrasil in your breeding area as its bottom evolution card. So 1 draw, and from the hand, they will place Lord Nightmon beneath Yggdrasil. Then, place this card in your battle area, triggering Yggdrasil's inheritable in the breeding area during your turn once per turn. When an option card with the Royal Knight trait is placed in the battle area, gain 1 memory. Memory plus 1 and turn over. Gazimon is kept in the raising area. For 2 cost, it evolves into Peckmon, and then for 3, into Crowmon. Turn over. At the start of the main phase, once again Yggdrasil triggers, revealing the top card of the Digi-Egg deck, and now both this new Yggdrasil and Magnamon Royal Knights will enter its evolution cards. But with Magnamon's all turns effects, when this Digimon would leave play, draw 1. Then, you may play 1 Vmon from your hand or this Digimon's evolution cards at no cost, but there are no targets. Absorption complete, and now Yggdrasil has 5 evolution cards. But instead of playing another Royal Knights, for 4 cost, it will play Omekamon. On play, 1 draw, turn over. At the start of the turn, Keenan bumps the memory up to 3, draw, and Crowmon is deployed and immediately goes for security. On attack, if you have a purple tamer in play, you may evolve this Digimon into a Ravemon in your hand, paying the evolution cost. So with that, Digisoul Charge, Overdrive! For 3 cost, Crowmon will now evolve into the Cyborg Ninja who slashes down his foes from the shadows, Ravemon. 1 draw. So 1 check on 11k DP with jamming, check. Alphorus with also 11k, but it survives. Now at the end of the attack, by deleting this Digimon that had an evolution card with Bird or Evian in one of its traits, play 1 Ravemon from your trash at the end of your opponent's turn at no cost. So Ravemon will now cut himself down to sink into the shadows. With Pinamon's inheritable on deletes, if this Digimon was deleted other than by battle, gain 1 memory. With Peckamon's on deletes, if this card was deleted other than by battle, your opponent trashes 1 card from your hand. Yggdrasil chooses to discard Gankumon. Then with Crowmon's inheritable on deletes, if this card was deleted other than by battle, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. The target is of course Omekamon. But with its own on deletes, place 1 Digimon with the Royal Knight trait from your hand under one of your Yggdrasil in your breeding area as its bottom evolution card. And they choose Alphamon. Finally, with Ravemon's own on deletes, if your opponent has 8 or more cards in your hand, your opponent treasures 1 card in your hand. But Yggdrasil currently only has 4. Then, if they have 7 or less cards in your hand, your opponent adds the top card of their security to their hand. Now, if Ravemon deleted by its own effect, Keenan can trigger as well. On all turns, when your purple Digimon with Ravemon in its name or with Bird or Evian in one of its traits is deleted, by suspending this tamer, draw 1. And if that Digimon was deleted by an effect, gain 1 memory. Finally, for 3 cost, Falcomon is played. Turn over. And at the start of the main phase, Yggdrasil will now absorb the 4th and final copy of itself. Since I'm running out of space, I'm just going to start a new stack over here. Now Yggdrasil has accumulated 6 evolution cards, so for 6 plus 4, 10 reduction, Dynasmon is played. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 2 cards of Lucymon in their name or the Royal Knight trait among them to your hand. Trash the rest. 1, 2, 3, and 4, they are going to search Gallantsmon and another copy of Dynasmon. Then, for 4 cost, they play Sistermon Noir. On play search, 1, 2, and 3, the only target is Craniamon, remaining are trash. Now, as Yggdrasill's turn reaches its conclusion, Ravemon will make use of the effects it gained by cutting itself down to re-emerge from the trash at no cost. And with that, turn over. Active, draw, hatching, Pinamon. Now first Falcomon will go for security on 1k, check, 11k on Alforce, it is taken out, so Keenan can be triggered for 1 draw, but not 1 memory. And now, the time has come for Keenan to show off the full power of the bond he shares with his partner, returning himself to the hand for 0 cost. Charge! Digisoul Burst! Flooded with Keenan's determination, Ravemon will now temporarily surpass its limits, Burst evolving into Ravemon Burst Mode. 1 draw. On evolve, look at your opponent's hand and trash 1 card in it. This is what Yggdrasill's hand currently looks like, and Ravemon is going to choose the trump card over there, Omnimon. Go to trash. Then, if your opponent has 7 or fewer cards in their hand, they add the top card of their security to their hand. And with that, Burst Mode goes for security. On attack, by returning 1 Digimon from your opponent's trash to deck bottom, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the same name as the card returned by this effect. Unfortunately, Yggdrasil currently doesn't have any Dynasmons or Sistermon Noirs in their trash, so they're just going to target Omnimon, returning it to deck bottom so it cannot be recycled from the trash. So on 15k, final security check for Yggdrasil, and it is 4k on Omegamon, trash. Now the Pinamon in the racing area will evolve into Tsukaimon. For 3 cost, another Falcomon is played. On play, it gives retaliation to Burst Mode. Finally, for 2 cost, the Falcomon on the field will evolve into Peckmon. And on evolve, if you don't currently have a Keenan in play, you may play one from your hand. Now at the end of the turn, since Burst Mode evolved by Burst Evolution, the top card of its stack is trashed, reverting back into Ravemon. Turn over. Of course, at the start of the main phase, Yggdrasil will trigger to absorb Dynasmon. CL goes for security on 5k, check, 11k on Ravemon, she's taken out. Now Yggdrasil has 7 evolution cards, so for 7 plus 4, 11 reduction, they play Leopardmon for 0, who will now use his main effect. Once per turn, you may play 1 Digimon with the Royal Knight trait or 1 green Digimon from your hand, paying the cost. But when you would play cards with this effect, reduce the play cost by 4. So for 11 minus 4, 7 cost, they will play Jesmon. On play, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP adds up to 6k or less and delete them. But for every other Digimon you have in play, add 2000 to the maximum DP you can choose with this effect. So they can choose up to 8000, Peckmon is deleted, but with Falcomon's inheritable, Yggdrasil is forced to discard Craniamon from the hand, and Keenan can be triggered for another draw and memory. Now Leopardmon's second effects will come into play on all turns. When you play another Digimon, all of your Digimon with the Royal Knight traits and all of your green Digimon gain blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. Turn over. Active, draw, and Tsukaimon moves out. So right now it's 2 blockers against 2 attackers. They don't have lethal. And with Jesmon's second effect, on all turns, all of your Digimon get plus 1k DP for each other Digimon with Sistermon in its name or the Royal Knight trait you have in play. So right now, both Leopard and Jess are 12k blockers. They can easily stop Ravemon with only 11k. First, for 2 cost, Tsukaimon will evolve into Peckmon, then 4-3 into the new BT-13 Chromon. And finally, 4-4, without attacking, Chromon will silently morph into the new BT-13 Ravemon. 1 draw. And as the memory passes over to the other side, the new Ravemon activates its end of your turn effect. By deleting this Digimon that has an evolution card with Bird or Evian in one of its traits, at the end of your opponent's turn, you may play 1 Ravemon from your trash at no cost. So this second Ravemon will also cut itself down. With Pinamon's inheritable, gain 1 memory. With Tsukaimon's inheritable, on delete, gain 1 memory. Peckmon's inheritable forces Yggdrasil to discard, they choose a Dynasmon. Then with the new Chromon's inheritable, on deletes, if deleted outside of battle, you may play 1 level 4 or lower purple Digimon from your trash at no cost. Now this entire evolution line is technically currently inside the trash, so they are going to play the blocker Peckmon from among them. And finally, with the new Ravemons on deletes, you may play one Falcomon or Keenan from your hand or trash at no cost. They resurrect one from the trash, and on play, give retaliation to the Pekmon blocker. And since the memory is now at 1, they are going to intentionally not use Keenan's effects. Turn over. And at the start of the main phase, of course, Yggdrasil will absorb both Leopardmon and Jesmon. Now, Yggdrasil has 9 evolution cards, so they can reduce the cost of a Royal Knight up to 13. They will use their 13 cost reduction to play Gankumon for 0. On play, you may play one Digimon with Sistermon in its name from your trash, or one Digimon with the Royal Knight trait from the evolution cards of your Digimon in the breeding area at no cost. But you can't play Omnimon or Gankumon with this effect. They are going to choose to play the Jesmon. And of course, with Jesmon's on play, it can now nuke any number of opposing Digimon up to a total of 8 KDP. Pekmon and Falcomon are burned down, triggering Keenan for a draw and memory. However, since the other Ravemon is going to come back at the end of the turn, Yggdrasil currently doesn't have enough blockers to survive the next turn. So they choose to use the delay effects of Purge of the Royal Knights. Play one Digimon with the Royal Knight trait from the evolution cards under the Digimon in your breeding area at no cost. Its on-play effects do not activate, and it gains Rush for the turn. And the target they will choose is Leopardmon, which is perfect because it has no on-play effects to lose, and it can still use its main. And now for 10-4, 6 cost, they will play another Dynasmon. On-play search, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice! It's time! They choose Leopardmon and Omnimon. And of course, with Leopardmon's all turns effect, since they just played another Digimon, all 4 Royal Knights become blockers. And as Yggdrasil's turn reaches its conclusion, the other Ravemon emerges from the shadows. Turnover, active, draw, hatching, Pinamon evolves into Tsukaimon. For 3 cost, Tsukaimon is played. For 2 cost, it evolves into Pekmon blocker. Now BT-13 Ravemon will attempt to cut down Yggdrasil, but Gankumon will block. With Jesmon's power boost, it is currently at 16k, so Ravemon is defeated. But with its on delete, it replaces itself with a Falcomon, which on play gives retaliation to the other Ravemon, which also goes for Yggdrasil's neck. This time, Yggdrasil commands Dynasmon to block. With Jesmon's boost, he is at 14k, so he crushes Ravemon, but with the retaliation gained from Falcomon, Dynasmon is taken out as well. With Ravemon's on delete, nothing happens because Yggdrasil only has 5 cards in their hand. Finally, for 2 cost, the newly played Falcomon will evolve into another Pekmon blocker and turn over. Active, draw, and at the start of the main phase, Yggdrasil will absorb all 3 Royal Knights still standing on its field, bringing it to a total of 10 evolution cards. So for 10 plus 4, 14 reduction, the time has come. Yggdrasil will order the current commander of the Royal Knights to descend. Here comes the omnipotent hero of the Royal Knights, Omnimon. On play, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon, or play one of each Digimon with a different name and with the Royal Knights trait from the evolution cards under the Digimon in your breeding area at no cost. And thus, at Omega's call, the Royal Knights will now assemble. The Ruthless Lord, Lord Nightmon. The Chivalrous Wyvern, Dynasmon. The Armored Crusader, Magnamon. The Peerless Tactician, Leopardmon. The Stalwart Mentor, Gankumon. The New Hope, Jesmon. And finally, the original leader, Alphamon. If you played a Digimon by this effect, trash one Digimon in your breeding area, and all of your Digimon gain Rush for the turn. And with that, Yggdrasil goes offline. Now they will each activate their respective on-play effects. Dynasmon's on-play search, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They choose Craniumon and Alphamon. With Gankumon's on-play, Sistermon Noir is played from the trash. Her on-play search, 1, 2, and 3. Magnamon is chosen. Then with Lord Nightmon's on play, you may return 1 card with Lucymon in its name or the Royal Knights trait from your trash to your hand. They pick Alphorce. And with Alphamon's on play, by placing 1 Digimon with the XNT body or Royal Knight trait from your trash under this Digimon as its bottom evolution card until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 10 or more can't attack a player. They will place Kentaurosmon to strengthen Alphamon's Shield. And finally, with Jesmon's on play with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other applicable cards on the field, they can target up to a total of 16 plus 6, 22k DP. But the total number of opposing Digimon Jesmon chooses with this effect is 0. Because if these Pac-Mon are deleted by effects, Keenan can steal memory, and they have one Tsukaimon inheritable. Now all the Royal Knights as well as Sistermon Noir have Rush, and with Jesmon's all turns, they all gain plus 8k DP. Sistermon Noir attacks on 13k, check. 11k on Ravemon, trashed. Lord Knight attacks on 19, check. 5k on Pac-Mon, trashed. Dynasmon follows up with 19, check. 5k on Saberdra, trashed. Magna follows up on 15k. Final security check for Keenan, and it is just 2k on Tsukaimon, smashed. Now Jesmon attacks on 19, the lower Pac-Mon blocks and is deleted, but with Tsukaimon's inheritable, they gain 1 memory. Gankumon attacks on 21k, the final remaining Pac-Mon blocks and is defeated as well. Keenan can then trigger for a draw, but no memory gain. And with that, Omnimon attacks. Ravemon has no blockers on the field and no security remaining. It's a direct attack and the match is over. The winner is Yggdrasil and the Royal Knights.